All right, welcome back to the Michael D. Show. So excited about these next powerful female immigrants. Even though they grew up in the same country, they didn't meet and go into business together until later, living in LA 6 years ago. Avneet and Puja are here from LA and Kaur family office. Welcome, Avneet.
Puja.
Welcome, Avneet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So great to have you here today. Tell me about what it is you do, Kaur Family Office. I know it's all things related to money and wealth.
It is. Actually, it's also protection. It's not just money and wealth. It's all about protecting the family, protecting the assets, protecting the legacy. So what we do is we're vertically integrated with taxes, investments, and succession. And we're licensed across the board in all asset classes. So we have our own insurance brokerage, our own real estate brokerage. We do a lot of business advisory and business structuring. We have our own RIA, which is our registered investment advisory firm. And we do tax advisory as well.
Wow, that is an amazing suite of services. Now, when you look at wealth, and things are changing with wealth all the time, and there's a lot of wealth in California.
A lot.
I want to know why you started the business, and then tell me about the dynamic synergy between the two of you, because as many times as I've called you and talked to you and things, it seems like you're doing some amazing things at Kaur Family Office.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we met 6 years ago. I was licensed in insurance. I was just getting my feet wet at that time. And she had came in and she was looking for insurance for her kids. And we started talking, and obviously when we see another Indian, we're always like, hey, there's another Indian in the house. So we started talking, and it seemed like people were staring at us a lot while we were talking. And they're like, are you sisters? We're like, no, I don't even know her. I just met her. They're like, you guys are completing each other's sentences. And at the same time, we said, no, we're not. And they're like, yeah, you are.
We randomly sync on outfits. This was not planned. I don't know.
yeah.
Not at all.
We randomly sync on
That's
outfits. Our
amazing.
brains are somehow connected. I was licensed in real estate when we met, and we talked about the gap in education and financial education specifically, and that's why we wanted the transparency through all the financial licenses. So every license we encounter, we're like, what's the brokerage level? I just want to report to FINRA, SEC, and the state governments. I don't want a boss telling me what to sell, because that's when you have full transparency in what's happening with your wealth.
And you can give your clients the best thing.
Oh, yeah.
This makes you a fiduciary.
Fiduciary,
this
yes.
word. What does that word mean? I hear it sometimes.
I love that word. I mean, it basically just means that you are upheld by law to serve your client first. And 90% of the people don't think the fiduciary word even matters. So if you have a fiduciary that says, oh, but I have a boss and I have a quota and I have to sell these, that's not a fiduciary, because they have to sell their quotas and their things.
Commission based.
Oh,
in the
100%
interest of
commission
the
based.
salesperson.
You could still originate commission from being a fiduciary, but to be a fiduciary, you need to report directly to the state, to the government, and you're upheld by law to serve the client. So you have to do suitability, which is often missed. So a lot of people will get into wrong products, financial products, like a 401k when they were not ready for it. They get a life insurance that 10 years later they forgot why they got it, they cancel it. A lot of things go wrong, and it's happening as soon as you start making $250,000 of income, which is everybody in LA. So we were like, okay, we were serving 250 in the beginning. Now we're serving $1 million, and that's still everybody in LA. So it's like, okay, now we're going 5 million and up. And it's the reason we're doing this is because the people who earn higher income are paying more taxes without realizing we could reinvest this money in better products that serve our purpose. Rather than, oh, I was told my friends are doing a 401k, so I should do a 401k. It's like sharing prescriptions from your doctor. Would you do that? It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, and the other reason that we did it was when we met, we were both looking for solving our own problems, right? We were setting up our own family offices. We were trying to figure out who should we speak with, who should we not speak with. And we were getting different answers from everyone. So there was never a clear picture, never transparency, never communication. There was always a communication gap with all the different advisors that we were talking to.
Can we walk him through the example of what happened? You guys like a story?
I want to hear it. I want to hear this.
Here's the story, okay?
I'll see myself in here somewhere.
Right, 6 years ago, I was we're Indian, okay? So everybody gives you cash when you have kids. So it's the thing, So
birthday money. When they're
everything's
born,
cash
money,
or gold.
no matter what type of thing they're happening, if there's a celebration, there's money coming in.
So my kids were born. I have 2 daughters, and my family, of course. I'm sitting on cash, and all my friends are telling me, go get a 529 plan. It's a great idea. Go plan for your college. It's the most common college product today.
I heard that a lot.
And it's a common mistake as well.
Biggest mistake.
Really?
Biggest mistake.
Why
and
is
I
that?
didn't know that, right?
No,
because it
everybody's
has so
doing
many
that.
restrictions on it. And in today's world, with these YouTubers out there, you guys know you don't want to spend and lock up that cash for a college that you may not use. Because they're only approved colleges and universities that you can use that product
Oh, is
in.
that right?
And you cannot use it for anything else.
Yeah.
So if you use it for
penalties.
anything else, let's say that your kids say, hey, you know what? I'm big in YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I'm a TikToker. I'm an
Yeah.
influencer.
This is every
Started
generation.
I don't want to go to college. I decided that's it. I'm done. I want to open up my own business. I'm going to start up my S Corp. I'm going to do a whole bunch of other
Or
stuff.
go to the NFL or something.
yeah.
Whatever it is
Exactly.
that they want to do. But now that money that's sitting in that 529 plan, they cannot touch it. And if they do, they're going to get taxed on it.
Penalties. Penalties and tax.
It's
right?
in the market. If the 2008 type of crash happens when your child is about to go to college, where do you think your money is?
Oh, yeah.
It's gone.
So
Yeah.
not only did we suffer through the 2008 crash and we didn't know each other, my dad was in real estate, so we saw the real estate market go down. I was in Lehman Brothers and saw Wall Street go down.
I was at
You
Bank
got a
of
front row
America.
seat.
Front
Yeah.
row.
Oh
It
my
was in the
goodness.
middle
Yeah.
of Manhattan,
Lot of
watching the
stress.
$2
Oh,
bills
yeah.
on Bear Stearns. It was insane. I'm 26,
The
27 years old.
suicide rate kind of spiked those
Oh,
months. Yeah.
10,000 people in New York were losing their jobs
Yeah.
every single day. I had a job and I was still depressed. I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
How are you going to trust the Wall Street
Yeah.
guys and who's saying, give me your money
Yeah.
and I will secure your kid's future?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Not happening,
And we
guys.
got all the bad countrywide
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
had to
okay.
take care of all
Yeah.
of those, did loan modifications for everyone. It was horrible getting calls from people crying, saying I'm losing everything because of this 2008
Wow.
crash and now I might be losing my home also.
Wow.
The stress levels were high.
And working for corporate giants, this is what you prep for as immigrants. You come here, you get that job. You're like, what degree did you get? So what job
Exactly.
are you going to get? We train our kids for that.
Right.
And very quickly you realize, wait, if I'm going to keep doing this job, I'm only going to have somebody else's dream come true.
Yeah.
My
Not my
dreams
own.
are not
Yeah.
going to come true. My family will suffer, period. Right?
Exactly.
So that kind of spun us.
When
in.
did both of you sit back and take the 30,000 foot view and say, look, we're paying into somebody else's 401k. We could be owning all these assets. I mean, was that a
That was
aha
6
moment?
years ago.
Yeah.
in that conversation?
And that conversation that we were sitting down and having where everyone's like, you guys are finishing each other's
529,
sentences.
Yeah.
That whole conversation started, and about 2-3 weeks later, she gives me a call. And mind you, we just met. She calls me, she's like, hey, you know what? Instead of doing this for other people and making them money and doing their dreams, why don't we set up our own business?
Yeah.
And I was like,
She was
Okay.
all in. I was shocked. I was like, "Wait,
Yeah.
you're gonna join?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's put our licenses together. Let's do this."
and I
Yes.
quit my
She
job.
quit her
Yeah.
She didn't tell me she was quitting her job. She just
So
quit her
I
job.
quit my job, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm all in. Let's do this.
Pressure's
Wow.
on.
Yeah.
How much runway did you have? Was it just like a blind leap of faith, or did you have some savings back there that says,
Well,
okay,
we're
I
very
got to make this
blessed.
work. I got to make this work in so many months, or we're
No. I mean, we're blessed. But obviously, we have family. We have husbands. They were
They helped
earning.
us,
They were
absolutely.
supportive.
They were very supportive, and they said, "Go
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
This
good
is your
for you,
dream.
good for you.
Go do it."
I call us the onions, because because so many layers of protection, and I feel so blessed
Yeah.
that we have parents, we have family, and it's especially for the culture that we are Indian
Yeah.
people. Like our grandparents are involved.
Oh, that's great.
Everybody's
It's not just your
involved.
decision; it's
Well,
everybody's
Well,
decision.
did you have some angel investors like that, where you had friends and family
Nope.
that wanted to help
We
you?
literally
Nothing.
started this business, and we talk about it all the time. We started this business with $5,000, $2,500, our first S corporation 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And today we're almost a 7-figure company.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
awesome. So I got a couple of questions, because you're in California. It used to be that you could survive and not be homeless on $100,000 a year, but now families are struggling at $250,000 a year. How do you? I think the bigger question was, somebody gets an inheritance, right? Or they're a trust fund baby out there surfing Malibu and they've never had a job. They're just smoking weed and whatever. But all of a sudden they wake up and they've got $7 million. Can you help people like that? Or somebody
Absolutely.
coming from the NBA? Who's really a good referral
Anyone
for-
that's making $5 million and above
Mm-hmm.
and has at least $1 million in liquid assets that
Mm-hmm.
they can invest with, we can help all those people.
And these are the guys who are paying heavy taxation. So that's why we're integrated vertically.
Right.
Because we don't want to provide investment advice
Mm-hmm.
until we know how you're structured, until I know your goals, until we know what your taxation is. If I am seeing you put away $2.5-4 million in taxes,
Yeah.
I already know that I could redirect that money under business structures and actually make that money work for you. And the IRS, by the way, allows it. I know there are CPAs that we know very, very well and work very closely for this purpose, because even they are frustrated because they don't see the investment angle of it. And we see the investment angle of it and say, hey, this is how you strategize. So absolutely. Anyone
Well, it
with
seems like
paying-
the uber wealthy know how to protect their assets.
You would
right?
think so, but
And
you
no.
would think so,
Yeah.
but not everyone does.
Okay.
No.
There's a structure, it's a family office structure that
Mm-hmm.
we set up. Basically, what we're doing is we're creating that legacy. So we're creating an ecosystem of advisors that are going to work for your mandate. They're going to advise you on what's good for you, what's not good for you, how you should move your money, how you should not move your money, and when you should move it, right? Because if you're doing the wrong movements, especially like you're talking about athletes, right? When athletes come into money, the first thing they want to do is go buy their mom a house, or they want to go buy that real fast car. They want the flashy stuff, but it might not be the right thing to do right away. First, they need to secure that. How do they secure that? There's different vehicles that we use. We use life insurance to secure a lot of wealth. That's a lot of wealth that you can move without having to pay a lot of taxes either. You're paying taxes on the money that you already got, you earned. But when the money is coming out, it's income tax free from a life insurance
If
policy.
you like a Roth IRA,
Yeah.
you're gonna love life insurance.
Oh,
Permanent,
wow.
permanent.
I love
life
that
insurance.
income tax-free thing you just said
Exactly,
right there.
because in California, as you know,
Yeah.
the reason all these 100,000 people are struggling is because they're paying taxes blindly.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, it's I have to do this. It's
Yeah.
what the IRS wants. No.
No.
IRS says you pay your fair share, and this
Yeah.
is written in their code book. All you have to do is say, what is your fair share? You decide what's your fair share.
Exactly.
And by the way, if you give the money to the government, I don't know if you've noticed, but in California, I don't see the money working for us.
Yeah, I don't think
There's
they're
a whole
doing
bunch
it.
of homeless people on
Yeah.
the streets, right? And
Oh,
there are
yeah.
other.
And it keeps going up every
it's-
year, it seems like.
It is.
I
I'm
would
in
do
the
a lot.
family
Deploy that
preservation
cash.
of wealth. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say I want to keep third generation wealth.
Yeah.
I have 4 sons and 2 grandsons. I don't want to write them a blank check when I'm gone. Can you ensure that they get the money when they deserve to get the money after I'm gone?
Absolutely.
That is one of
so
the
that's
biggest
one of the
things.
things that we talk about when we talk with families is how to move the money and move it to the next generation. Now, there's obviously you're going to set up your trust, you're going to set up your will, and you're going to mandate in the trust how you want that money moved to the child. We have one client that went really far with that. For his daughter, right? He said, if my daughter does not go to college, she doesn't get a dime. If she goes to college and the colleges that he approves of, she'll get the first 100,000 at that time. After she graduates, she gets another 500,000. Now, for her to get more of the inheritance, she has to get a job, and that whatever job she gets and whatever her salary is, he's going to double the amount of the salary that she gets.
Pre-approved jobs might you know because he
Right.
wants the kids to know how should you handle money, how should you invest money.
That's a great idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm loving
Exactly.
that. So what's the future of financial services?
I think everything's going to merge because of AI. You guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but AI is going to take over everybody, and it's going to remove all the, I would say, lag, right? We have a lot of lag between financial services, and that's what we took away. So because we are licensed across the board, because we have all these licenses that we can say, this is a transparent view, I think the AI is going to start doing that. And all the soft skills are going to become very important for everybody. All these soft skills are going to help us connect at a deeper level and actually earn that trust. Because all the functional stuff is going to move to AI. So that's what I'm seeing for the future.
The other thing is when you think of a family office, you're thinking of people who are earning or have $100 million or more. We're actually disrupting that industry and saying you don't need to have $100 million to be a family office. You can be $5 million and above. You'll get the same expert advice that those $100 million owners are getting. That same white glove treatment, we will provide that to you. We will get you that advice that you need on how to become that legacy that these $100 million people have.
So you can give me all the protections with $5 million
Absolutely.
net worth. I'll have all the benefit of that and all the deductions.
Exactly. And
We're
we will
taking
give you
that
the
blueprint.
education.
You know, we take that blueprint because we've been serving them, we've been helping them reduce taxes and getting those investments in order. And we want to bring that same service and democratize it and say, you have the same knowledge. And the idea of a family office, you guys, it doesn't mean that you have all these extra millions that she's talking about. It just means that you're organized. You know what's happening in real estate. You know what's happening in your insurance. You know your legacy. You know your trust. You know, you have a transparent view and everything's on one page. That's
Outstanding.
What it means.
Puja and Avneet from Core Family Office. I guess it's corefamilyoffice.com, right?
Yes, it is.
This was a powerful interview. I want to have you back and just tell me in closing and for the recap at the top, who do you serve? Who are your clients?
We serve startups, business owners, ultra high net worth clients, wealthy clients.
Anyone that's paying
athletes,
taxes.
Anyone who's paying 7
Yes.
figures in taxes,
Yeah.
we help everyone. We work with CPAs very closely to make sure that whatever they're doing for their client is being backed up with the right tax strategies and the right type of material that they need to make sure that their client is being served properly.
Corefamilyoffice.com. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you so
you.
much.